How does it feel to be a part of something that I consider to be possibly a very much timeless film?
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. That feels great that you feel that way. We put a lot of ourselves into this film. We actually, I think, wanted to tell this story, certainly Cord and I, because we felt that it was very close to our own lives in some ways. In my case, I related so much to this man's relationship to his family and to the need to be caretaker of his mother at a time when the family was facing crisis. It was stuff that I understood
It's layers.
very intimately.
I feel like your character, and for yourself because you identify with it, just has so many layers. And as a black man, how do you feel like walking around with those layers every single day?
Right. Well, back to your first question. So if there is a timeless quality to it, then I think if that does happen, it will happen because there are kind of universal realities that we explore in this, particularly around family. And I think across the board, no matter what background you are from, you can appreciate that and maybe find a little bit of yourselves inside this. I don't know. We went about this trying to make a good film. We felt that we were as we were working on it. So, it's been well received so far. I'm excited for audiences to take it in and show us if we're if we were right or wrong.
You guys were wrong. This Oscar buzzing, it's
Sorry,
all the
back to your
things.
question about layers. Yeah.
Just like layers, I feel like there's so many layers in your character. And as a whole, so how does it feel like walking around with those layers?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, life is simple and complicated at the same time. I mean, we all come with a lot of personal history and collective history, and there are additional layers that come when you are part of a group that has been historically targeted the way that the black community has been in this country. And but at the same time, I wouldn't trade who I am with anyone. I wouldn't trade coming from my people for anything in the world.
Oh, what made you say yes to this script?
Oh my God, it was so beautifully written. Incredibly written, a story that was told in a way that I had not quite read before, and also a role that I was really interested in playing. The fact that this was a woman who is so many women in our world that fill in the spaces and pick up the slack for those that have stepped away. And she's a Planned Parenthood doctor.
Doctor again?
Yes, she's a middle sister, which I know well.
Congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How do you feel about that?
I'm very happy and gratified. I attended last year and as a guest at someone's table, and this year here I am with a nomination. So I want to say thank you to anybody that considered me. They're all fantastic. I'm glad to be among them, and I'm looking forward to attending.
I'm looking forward to seeing you and what you wear. First of all, what are you wearing tonight?
Who are you wearing? I wish I knew. I mean, Thank you, Tracee.
She's like, I'm wearing fabulous.
Tracee Shapoff is my stylist, and I had to jump into this. But I'm sure it's great. But she puts me in a lot of Halston and really great black designers and things like that. So she's doing a fantastic job very quickly.
How does it feel to be a part of something that I consider to be possibly a very timeless film?
How's it feel? I look at my career and realize that, that's been a part of it. If I look at, Cosby Show, Living Single, Get Out, Wu-Tang, they are all really wonderfully, I think, classic things that will live way beyond when the cameras go off. That could be, Kismet. That's also recognizing good material. You also need
great material.
Yes, you need people to want to collaborate on you, but I think that quality builds on itself. And so I'll just say, maybe I'm just lucky like that.
Well, I heard Meryl Streep say, this was like a few months ago, it takes courage, luck, and a whole lot of talent. And you have all of it. So
thank you.
Period. I watched you with my big sister on Living Single, and just seeing your career now, it's just insane. And you saying like you're part of timeless things, how does that feel? That's a big accomplishment, to be a part of things that people are going to watch for generations. Like Living Single was not my generation, but I know it, I love it, and I know you from it. So how does that feel?
feels wonderful. It also feels that I learned the lessons that people taught me, not just my parents, my mother, who she has great integrity, was an educator. Both my parents were orphans. I come from a very humble beginning, but also my instructors, the Philadelphia High School for Girls, New Freedom Theater, where I was discovered. I had instructors there, Johnny Allen Jr., Johnny Hobbs, the Leslie sisters, all of these people put into me. And then when I got discovered, there was James Earl Jones and Geraldine Page and the great Constance Masters, the woman who discovered me, Connie Kaiserman. There I was, and they gave me the opportunity, and then I tried to make good on it. And you need people. You don't do this alone, especially next year will be 40 years for me, 30 years living single. So I'm going to give all props to them, but I also think I was a good student, and I also built my skill set. I learned other things, not just acting, but writing, directing, and building even my company, Color Farm Media. And I'm really happy, but I don't take the credit. I just say hard work builds upon itself. It was not always easy, but it does.
How do you feel to be a part of what I think is going to be a timeless film?
Oh, I love it. First of all, I love Cord. He wrote an incredible script. From the minute I read it, I said, oh gosh, I got to be a part of this. And then the icing on the cake was this incredible cast that I get to work with. All of them, we're all in one movie together. And so I'm excited. And it's good.
It's so good. I know that you mentioned just now, like, it's an incredible cast, and it is an incredible cast. How was it being on set? Because I feel like everyone, yes, they're talented, but they're also so funny. How was that?
We were funny off stage as well, yes. We became like a family, you know? I mean, even when we were shooting the scene, you know, cameras are doing what they have to do and everything. We'd sit there and have conversations with each other like we were a family. You know, and of course, with Tracee, I've known Tracee since she was a baby, and here I am, I'm looking at this incredibly talented woman, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I remember when you were little.
So what's one thing that you think everyone is going to get out of this film?
Well, this, you know, it's about a black family, but it's really about a family.
Yeah.
You know, we all have characters in our families. We all have situations in our families that we stay away from each other, and then something happens, and you all have to come together. And so I think everybody who sits in the audience will identify with these families. And also, you know, people are living much older than they were before, and so we have it's a good thing, yes, but it's also wreaked havoc with some people with Alzheimer's. So, you know, now you have to be a caregiver, and that's what I love about the movie, because she was the caregiver, now they're the caregiver to her, you know. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's like making a movie, but also making moves for the culture.
Yes. And to be led by Cord and Jeffrey, come on now. That's like championship on set.
So what does this film mean to you then?
This film means being seen. It means I see, and I know.
What do you think that people that see it, because have you seen it yet?
Nope.
All right, so tonight I'm going to see it for the first time too. But what do you think that people might feel, because you're a part of it, might feel after seeing it?
Possibilities. They might feel bigger.
I love your choice of words. What's one thing that you think everyone's going to get out of this film?
I think the audiences are going to get out of this film an amazing, joyful ride from beginning to end. They're going to come out of the movie being like, I feel joyful. It's life-affirming in that way.
Ooh, life-affirming. I love that word. All right, so what is something that you think that you learned from being a part of this film?
I learned from being a part of this film, American Fiction, call your mama. Stay close to your family.
That part.
You know, embrace it all. But also I learned how to just collaborate with others, you know, and really just kind of jump in and embrace the material to really trust the great script that it was, and we all leaned on each other in this beautiful way when it came to that.
Thank you so much. I have one question, 30 seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
First movie, big deal, Oscar buzzing. How does that make you feel?
Crazy. It feels overwhelming. I remember 3 years ago when I wasn't sure anybody was going to give me money to make the movie, when that was sort of my struggle. And now to be here 3 years later with the movie made, and, to be in the same breath as people who are in this conversation like Scorsese and Christopher Nolan and Greta Gerwig, just people who have been heroes of mine for a very long time. It feels surreal. It just doesn't feel like real life. So,
well, soon you're going to be some other person's heroes. So.
I mean, I hope so. That I think that I feel like I'm here thanks to creatives like Spike Lee and Robert Townsend and people who really worked hard to make movies that at the time were under-recognized or were hard to make, hard to finance. And so hopefully that I can open the door a little bit for somebody coming behind me. That's sort of the way that they did for me. So.